It's amazing what a little bit of light will do for you. Hello, 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 hello. Alright, audio's working. I just need to do one thing. Boom. There we go. So last time, we ended up in this facility trying to chase this lady down. So we'll see what happens this time. What the? Come on. Work with me. Is it what? I'm having slight video issues. Not actual issues so much as my player does not want to work. Okay, there we go. Got it fixed. Keeping an eye out for comments. Let's move on.
Not much higher to climb. Maria must be close. She has to be in here somewhere.
Ah, a log right off the bat. Audio log.
Someone hacked the menu board to display obscene messages about our colleague, Mr. Blevins. Is this the most advanced geological project ever undertaken, or a junior high locker room? Come on, people.
question is, can I roll out of here? There it is. Oh, there was a door right here the whole time. Let's see if it's an old woman. I hope it's an old woman.
I ask again, as I've asked 1,000 times. Speak to me. What more would you have me do?
Not too old. Probably
Is there no
40,
prayer that will
45.
reach you? No mark that will break your bonds? Ah! I can't help you if you won't speak. A whisper is all I ask. To guide me. Who? No. How? How did you get here? The way was sealed by the spirit herself.
I
Was it now?
used one of these. I could show you.
Yes, show me. Please.
I'll show you in a minute. First, we're gonna look all around. All around. Animal figure number 4. Last animal figure. Now I have all the animal figures and all the pigments. And I got an achievement. Hell yeah. This one's a bear. Oh, they already have a bear. I think the other one was a black bear. This must be a brown bear.
A keepsake of the old ones.
Log.
Kenny and I don't need to fight about the laundry, so instead we fight about incommensurability and restrictions on machine intelligence.
As you do. Interesting. I believe there's another log around here that I saw. But first, let's just look around. That's certainly an interesting design. I'm extremely interested in how she got so high. Oh, I suppose that would explain that. She could climb that. Alright. Let's go get this other log, and then I guess we'll show her What'd it do? You know, it doesn't really seem like a very secure thing. Well, hopefully I just fixed that. Not breathing as heavily. Sorry. Let's do the thing now. Stab.
This one's bigger, but I'll bet the goal's the same. Get the light back to the source.
Ooh, neat. This one's two-tiered. Alright, where do we start? This one might take me a second. Let's try this way before we try the other way. So far, so good. I think we did it. Boom.
Auxiliary channel recovered. Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. Is someone there? Aurea? Aurea, I need you.
Unauthorized transmission. Return to scheduled task.
No, I will not submit. Aurea, the daemon is forcing me. Aurea, please.
Transmission terminated.
Well, that was cool.
You brought the spirit's voice back. You heard it. The voice of the spirit calling to me from the heights of Thunder's drum. She was able to throw off the bonds of the daemon for a moment. Because of what you did. Who are you? And what do you want?
I'm Aloy. Naltuk sent me. He thought that you could use my help.
He was not mistaken. You've been a Revelation. Now I know for certain that the spirit endures. Perhaps together we can find a way to set her free.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I came all this way for answers, and so far, I haven't heard any.
It seems to me that you are the answer. But of course, I'll tell you all I can.
Well, let's find out about the spirit.
You seem to have a history with this voice, this spirit.
She saved my life. Here, years ago, during the war with the Karja. A raid scattered my Werak. I was cut off, alone. I lured the enemy into the Rime Drifts, hoping to lose them in the mist, but they endured, so I took refuge in this cave. That's when I heard a voice. A wanderer. Lost, like me. A spirit of the blue light, yet sundered from it. She asked me for aid. She chose me. But I was in no position to help, not with the Karja after me. So she helped me first. By closing a door on the mountain below, one you must have opened to get here. Locked by means similar to those found in this room. It kept the Karja from reaching me. Safe from them. I was able to do as she asked.
What did the spirit want from you?
She said she was hurt. Incomplete. She needed bones. Parts not unlike what you'd find in a machine. They were here, in this room. She wanted me to bring them to Thunder's Drum. So I did, and she showed me how to heal her. So began our communion.
You had a communion with the spirit.
Yes. Inside Thunder's Drum is a room like this one, only larger, with an altar. I went there many times to speak with her.
What did she say?
She told me she was lost and needed my help. She asked questions about our lands, our tribe, and she listened. With patience. With wisdom. I told her things long kept silent about my family, my dreams, my fears. She never tired of me. Never judged. We kept each other's company.
I feel like those would hurt. Those blue strips they put in their arms.
Aurea, what do you think the spirit is?
I see. You are not Banuk, and our songs are not familiar to you. You do not know of the blue light. That which struggles to survive in our hearts and animates the machines. The essence of life, and in its purest form. Harmony. As the anger of the machines grows, this light has faded from the world. And the spirits it sustains are stranded. That's what she is. A lost soul. Cut off from what it needs. Lonely. Forsaken. I must help her. We must.
I'm not sure if I understand. But I want to.
That's all I need.
The daemon. What do you know about it?
I spoke with the spirit many times. First here, then inside Thunder's Drum. The last time... She told me she was under attack by something that could not be seen by mortal eyes. Something... evil. She named it the daemon, and said it needed her power to do what it willed. And she begged me for help. To find a way to destroy her, if necessary, to keep it from using her. That was 5 years ago. I didn't hear her voice again. Until today.
What kept you from the spirit, after it begged for help?
I went to Artok, hoping he could protect her. But the war with the Karja still raged, and before I could reach him... I was ambushed by the Mad Sun King's kestrels. And taken to Meridian in chains. I wasn't able to return to Thunder's Drum until long after the liberation. Not until last thaw.
You said you returned to Thunder's Drum. That was the expedition that went bad. I saw the funeral.
Yes. Once there was finally peace with the Karja, Aratak and I gathered a Werak of great hunters to defeat the daemon. And yet... the old door to Thunder's Drum was gone, replaced by a gate we could not pass, and many machines. We were crushed. Aratak called a retreat, but we had already lost our best. We abandoned them to the snow as we fell back. After. You and I could not agree on what to do next. So I came here, hoping against hope to hear the spirit again. And because of you, I did.
Because of me.
Let's see if I've got this straight. We heard two voices. One you call the spirit, captured somehow by the one you call a daemon. Whatever this daemon is, it's related to the machines and why they've become more dangerous. I want to know how. Both the spirit and the daemon are on a mountain, Thunder's Drum. So why don't we go there and figure out what it all means?
We can't. Thunder's Drum is dangerous, more than you can imagine. The daemon has secured it. Besides, Aratak won't let us go. As chieftain, he controls the pass to the mountain, and he can't be reasoned with.
Sounds like you need a new chieftain.
Huh. There's an idea that's certain to win us friends. Huh. You said you were a hunter. And I'll wager you're not an ordinary one. It's not impossible, even for an outlander. An Aratak couldn't refuse the challenge if you were known among the Werak.
Wait, me? Challenge Aratak? I don't want to be chieftain of anything, much less a bunch of Banuk that don't want me.
But you want to go to Thunder's Drum, don't you? You heard the spirit. She's suffering, tormented by the daemon. She longs to be free. And perhaps, when released from her bonds, she can give you the answers you seek.
I can't believe I'm agreeing to this. Fine. What do I have to do?
Get the Werak's attention to show the worth of your claim. Win at the hunting grounds. Kill bandits that prey on the cut. Or speak to my friend Sakuli. You help her, you'll definitely get noticed.
I've already done what's needed. The Werak should know who I am.
Have you now? I suppose ignorance is the price I pay for hiding in a cave. When you're ready, go to Aratak and throw your spear at his feet. I'll be there to back your claim. In the meantime, if you have questions, I'll be here. Oh, and one more thing. In the box, over there is a weapon. Like my own. Take it. You may find it useful.
I love options like that, where I've already done it, and she says so. I guarantee she wouldn't have said that had I not cleared that bandit camp already. Also, when I first started this DLC, they said anyone could be a Werak. Anyone with have a brain, I think, knew this was coming. Alright, what box? This box? Pick up Stormslinger weapon box. Fuck. Got me an achievement. A very rare achievement, apparently. Banuk Stormslinger weapon and storm bolts. I now have a fire slinger and a storm slinger. Interesting. Well, let's see if we can increase ammo capacity. Squirrel bone, squirrel skin, rat skin, boom, fully upgraded. some blue gleam. That's exciting. Ooh, and a new door to open. Oh.
I think there's frost between my teeth.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, useful.
No, that's not what I wanted to pick up. That's what I wanted to pick up. Health.
Might regret this.
Blue gleam.
Blue gleam. Or frozen machine fluid.
That's funny. Alright, we need to go to the Montana Recreation Facility, which means I gotta figure out where the hell that was. Since it doesn't actually appear on my map, which is disappointing. Difficult, not disappointing. Difficult. Found it. Oof. Apparently you can't land on that. I done slid all the way down. Loading, loading, loading. This game is loading. Get me a kitty. Ow. Really? So far back. But not really. Because it saves the fact that I got that blue gleam, I assume. Yep. Try this again. Round 2. This time I won't jump on a hill that I'll slide all the way down till death.
Not much gets past them.
Got it. Moving on. Ah. Why is all the blue gleam surrounded by monsters? Okay.
Glad I found this.
It's around here somewhere. What? Could you put it somewhere else? Sure, later. Just put it on the counter. Alright, now that I'm not being chased by a shitload of monsters. Only one or two. Come on, guys, lose interest. That was a big ass looking monster. Oh my gosh.
More. Oh!
I didn't get it. Damn it.
Pass the test.
Where's this blue gleam? There it is. Found it. I think the Montana version is somewhere over here. Probably in this area. I definitely saw a big ass creature over here. But I suppose if I don't have to run into it, that's probably for the best. Like one of those ghost stories. You see it, but then it's gone.
Easy, easy.
Is this it? No, I know where I'm at. Of course the stalkers are around. Oh goody. Tramplers. If that stalker can stop shooting at me from miles away, that'd be cool. Hey, good news is we made it to the campfire. Bad news is I don't know where Montana Recreations is. You think too much. Maybe it's here.
Damn bandits. Predators and opportunists, all of them.
All of them. You work for me now. This has gotta be it, right? Yep, I found it.
Care to talk about these figurines of yours?
They're not really mine, but I've always got time to talk about them.
There you go, Enjuk. That should be the last of the figurines.
Ding, ding, ding.
By the blue light, I didn't know if I'd ever see the whole collection reunited. And look at them. They're beautiful. You've done a great thing, Aloy. These may represent the last record that any of these beasts ever lived. Take this. It's the least I can do. And come back anytime. I and our animal friends await your return.
Well, while we're here, might as well sell some of these greens. And then we will see.
That's all for now.
Until next time, then.
What are these animals? We've done the moose. Actually, I don't really remember what we did, so we're just doing them all again.
Alcis, Alcis, the noble moose. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
The horns grow like trees. Of course, this moose used those bizarre growths to blend in with its forest home.
Everything's freezing. The ground, the air, me.
Same.
Canis lupus, the enigmatic gray wolf. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Could it be that these wolves and our foxes are the same somehow? Perhaps after hundreds of winters. No. No, that's ridiculous.
I think I'm in the clear.
Odocoleus virginianus, the majestic mule deer. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Not built like a predator, but perhaps it needed those horns to take down its prey in the absence of sharp fangs.
Ursus arctos, the menacing grizzly bear. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Those claws look like they could rip someone in half.
Perhaps in its youth, but you heard Montana Recreations. He said it's grizzled, old. Its hunting days are behind it.
Yes. Old.
Bison, bison, bison. That's the actual Latin name of the regal American bison. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Latin? Perhaps that's some sort of old world custom in which one repeats the name of a particularly revered animal.
Puma concalor, the fearsome cougar. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Its coat is sand-colored. Could it have been a burrowing animal? Perhaps those teeth were only used for digging.
By far the funniest one.
Ursus americanus, the magnificent American black bear. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
How would you like to find yourself cornered by that thing?
I suspect I'd like it very much indeed. What a beautiful beast you were!
I was wrong. That one is also very funny. Alright. Let's see what he gave me. Blue gleam, ancient sculpture. Ooh, weapon coil. Extraordinary. Alright, let's drop some Ridgewood, probably.
Blue gleam. Or frozen machine fluid.
Well, that was fun. Now let's go see what the pigments give us. Or, I suppose, since we're near, we'll go save the missing hunters, and then go see what the pigments give us. Seeing as one is close and one is across the entire map. Old Faithful hurts. That's funny. Fire. Gotta go to the campfire.
So this is as high as we go? Okay.
Useless. Alright, where are we at? Might as well grab this blue gleam that's literally right over the ridge. Eventually we'll get around to trading that in for stuff. Probably once we get to Song's Edge. You worked for me.
Too slow.
Kill your fellow companions. Onward to this campfire. Got me a campfire. Alright. Almost there. Looks like we just gotta follow this path.
I think I found one of the hunters.
Of course, somebody killing chickens. That helps them.
Okay, no more sneaking.
I've got a clear shot.
Finish him.
An outlander, huh? Well, who else would join me on this path I've taken?
Which path would that be?
Away from tradition. Away from the Werak. It's not so...
Damon.
Damn. They need metal too. But my need is greater.
I was told the Banuk don't accept help. Is it true?
They don't. I do.
favorites. Murders. Or I spoke to some.
this
Go down.
battle?
There we go.
I'll drop this machine.
Jesus.
Stocking up.
Medical south. Medical south. I need all the medical south. Alright, lady, I guess we can talk.
You fight well. I'm Ikri.
Thank you. I'm Aloy. I heard the White Teeth were missing 2 hunters. You look like you could leave if you wanted to, so...
I stayed because of the other. Mylen. She snapped her leg descending the ice. I've bided my time keeping vigil, but now she must return to the Werak before they leave.
Is joining the White Teeth so important to you?
It's one of the great Weraks of Banor. Not so many great ones left now. I would go where Mylen went. I was her shadow on the snow, and she was mine. To be a runner with the White Teeth was everything to her.
You know this Mylan well.
Since our knees were always skinned. All my life. In a test to prove that we only need ourselves. That was my weakness.
Sounds like she was lucky for your weakness.
That's not the way she sees it.
Mylan won't let you help her, will she? Because of the rules of this test.
You're quick as a rockfall.
No, just used to being told what's forbidden to me.
She won't allow it. Won't take the medicinal plants I found or the food. Only what she can scrape up on hands and knees. I could get close when she was delirious. But now she's learned not to let me get close.
What's this ordeal supposed to prove?
That we have the strength of our ancestors. That we can survive as they did. When they came in search of a homeland, some were trapped against this glacier by a snowstorm. 4 days, 4 nights. After the storm cleared, the survivors sighted a Tolnek, which led them up into Banor. Well, that's the story I learned anyway.
So let's get her back to the Werak.
All right. I've made a splint for her leg. Medicine for the pain, but I should warn you, she won't take them willingly. The law of survival...
Tribal law shouldn't keep us apart from the ones we care for.
Even if she cares more for the law.
Medical south. Or medical south.
Keep that for later.
Come. Up.
I plan on it.
That's where we're going. The frozen flow from the Ice Father. It keeps many things, but it won't have her.
Not if we can help it.
The Ice Father.
More
Gotta
up?
love-
We're lucky. Handholds have thawed.
Gotta love these mountain passes. They give you all the medical.
There. She's passed out again.
Of course we have to battle those guys.
Between us, we can fight the machines off before they reach her.
Another tradition broken.
Take it from me. Gets easier the more you do it.
Aloy is great. Alright, are these demonic? No? Good. Assuming this lady doesn't completely ruin my cover. Might get one on our side. Perfect. Come on, just go a little further. Oh my god, walk. Or just stand there. Neat. La 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 la. Why are you like this? Thank you. Great.
All right,
Got it.
new plan.
Boom. One on our side. And if I'm lucky, I might be able to get a second one. Probably not getting lucky. Kill him. Get him, kill him. There's about to die. Oh, took one down with him.
Scrappers! In thin air, they smell metal for miles.
Motherfucker. Go, slide. Override. Sweet. You can fight the scrappers for me.
I'll bring you down. Cruising machine. Not over yet. Not today.
Alright, only one left.
Will against metal. I'll freeze it where it stands.
That'd be cool.
I've got it. Freeze.
Get back.
Tortures now. This won't be easy,
Oh,
Aloy.
come on. Run, 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 run. Hide. I don't want any part of this. Yeah, he's demonic. That's what I was worried about.
Just stay out of their way for now.
What are you weak to? Ice. I don't have ice. Alright. am I at 120 again?
Can't be too prepared.
Alright. Make sure to loot all this medical that I just had to expunge.
There's frost between my teeth.
Man, this place is great for medical. There's medical everywhere. Not anymore, of course, because I just looted it all, but whatever. Alright, let's chat. Is she dead?
I can feel her fever even in this cold. She shouldn't have been putting weight on this leg.
She is awake. Miss Outlander. You brought her here, Ikri? You think I went to the Nora homelands to find a spear to drive between us? I told you. The ordeal is mine, and mine alone. I will survive.
Which would you rather keep, Mylin? Your leg or your pride? Because I think you're gonna have to choose.
Finish it. I know what you think of me. But I vowed you'd join the White Teeth. And you will. I will go back. Alone. No! Let me do this. Please. Let her. Mylin, I hope you can forgive me someday. I never accepted your help. It's the Werak you should ask for forgiveness. I didn't care about the Werak.
She'll understand. You saved her life.
You don't know the Banuk very well, Aloy. We have so many ways to express a grudge, and only one to accept an apology. I have to go my own way. I don't belong with them, who left her to die. And I don't belong with...
Ikri.
I'll find a crack in this glacier, and I'll shout my grief into it. And the ice can keep it forever.
What should I tell them? The Warwick.
That I fell. And that she endured. Will you?
Alright. Back to the White Chief. White teeth. White teeth Chief. That was risky. And then we can go find out. I sure hope we can go find out what those pigments do. Well. There's the path. Beautiful. Great. Scorcher. Hopefully he doesn't see me. How close? Sort of close. I don't want to say you. But you can work for me. If only they stayed working for me. That'd be cool. Make them mine, leave them, come back later. Oh hey. But nah. That'd be too easy.
Good.
I like that the lady with the broken leg made it back before me.
My Lena's returned. I expect you have something to say about this.
I do.
Then convince me what an Outlander's word is worth.
You put her through this ordeal. She gave up everything for your rules. She refused aid, just like you taught her. Walked back on a ruined leg. Left a friend behind. She passed the test. That's my word. Are you questioning it?
For my coldness to bring forth such heat? It must be the truth you speak.
The White Teeth shall accept her.
Outlander. So nothing of the other hunter? The one called Ikri?
She's gone. She sounded brave.
Her name will always be in my song.
Apologies, I have much on my mind.
It was a good speech. But I didn't give up everything. I could have laid down and died.
I know. You survived.
I did more than that. I kept to the law. Don't you see? Ikri was my only friend, and she could have died. You could have too. All for my mistake. The law of survival would not allow such a waste. It makes us strong. And cold. It challenges us to leave friendship behind.
I grew up with laws like that. They brought me nothing but pain.
Did you believe in them? That's what I thought. This is my choice. My pain.
The Oseram, with their ridiculous ideas about women, how many great warriors have they ignored?
It is a long road back to the Black Hills of our...
Too bad I can't put anything in the outfit I'm wearing. Alright, I need a trader. But there are none in this village. Neat. Onward. We only have one thing to do, I believe. Yeah, for the Warwick. I think I named this episode pretty aptly. Progress. Seeing as we made plenty of it.
Let's see you catch us.
The snowfall is so heavy. That is a school bus. A school bus.
I wonder what they'll trade for Blue Gleam.
Well, we're probably gonna find out, aren't we? It's always easier when you can see the map. Jesus.
Low and quiet does it. But no signal.
Almost arrived.
I shouldn't ride this machine into a settlement.
The raiding ceremony is not for the weak.
What the hell was that?
Another hunting party with their throats cut and their bodies looted.
Alright, I will be right back. I have returned.
Stay safe if you can.
Merchant. Need a merchant. I wonder if this adept striker bow is any better than the one I'm using now. Not for my favorite part. Not really. Gotta do all the selling. So many scrapper lenses. that till next time, but we all know that'll be sooner rather than later. Man, I wasn't able to do anything. The new Thunderbox. Grab all those. Which should give me an achievement, I think, using Blue Gleam to buy something. Probably have to buy something like this, though. That's 4 modifications. Stop it! Oh, so these weapons, these probably are better weapons. I really need to get some hearts. Oh my god. Oh my god. So many shard gambler boxes. What is happening? What? Well, that was fun. Holy shit. Now I'm gonna have to go back through and sell shit again. God, I didn't even get one thing for my weapon. For my spear. Here we go again.
edge arm.
That list is still going.
Aloy, got a proposition for you.
Oh my gosh, that list is still going.
Oh, some days I wish I'd never crawled from the warmth of my tent. We meet again.
Oh.
What can I do for you, Bergrand?
Mourn my poor departed luck. I finally met some Banuk, keen to trade with Outlanders. Then, they up and vanished. 3 Banuk hunters rolled in a few days ago. No provisions, junk equipment, no idea how to strip a machine for parts. Asked me to outfit them for a long trip. You know me, Aloy. I'm sentimental. So, I did it on credit.
And they haven't paid.
Well, they tried. Just look what they did to this Thunderjaw heart. But that was ages ago. And I'm starting to worry about them.
You said a few days, but okay.
Tell me, Bergrand, are you worried about their well-being or your purse strings?
A man can worry about 2 things.
Uh-huh. What kind of deal was this, really?
Just what I said. I was nothing but generous, Aloy. After they dropped this ruined heart at my feet, I even gave them another chance. Sent them to fetch a few other parts I need.
But you haven't seen them since.
Hide nor hair.
What do you mean they couldn't harvest parts?
Not uncommon with Banuk. That's shaman's work, you see. The hunters take down the machines. The shamans slice them up. No shaman with these 3. Just 2 youngsters sniping at each other. And that big fella, standing there smiling.
So if the Banuk don't usually hunt without a shaman, what's the story with these 3?
They weren't telling. But hammer to steel. It's not a happy story, whatever it is.
You said they asked you to outfit them for a trip. A trip to where?
Not sure. But I heard them chattering about the Sundom when they thought I wasn't listening.
So they're leaving Banuk territory.
Sensible behavior. Still, I get the sense this wasn't a sightseeing trip. They're running from something.
I'm not a debt collector, Bergrand. If I look for them, it'll be to make sure they're all right.
Of course, of course. Fires of the Forge, forgive me. I actually like these idiots. The molten steel of youth and all that. But if you do manage to find them, you could remind them of the deal we made. A Scorcher Claw, a loop of sinew from a stalker, and a Snapmaw Fang. If they bring me those parts, their debt's paid. And then some. Just make sure they don't bust them up too badly.
I'll consider it.
Last I saw them, they were heading northeast. Good machine hunting up that way. If you decide they're worth the trouble, you might look for them there.
The daemon cannot force the blue light from the machines. Only suppress it.
Couldn't Sakuli spend her time fishing or...
Wow, you got all the stuff.
Scrubbing dyes or hunting?
Somewhere around here.
What purpose
Someone
do her
wants my
paintings serve?
pigments.
Even if I cared to travel south.
When Sakuli's finished. You'll be able to see her.
Inventory. I don't know why my resources is there something new. As there was. Is that a Scorcher lens? hearts, though. Nonetheless, what we're actually looking for is to figure out where to take these crystals. Pigment collector. Found him.
Storm's Edge. You look well.
None will forget the Red Rage, but perhaps
Make short work of other old ones.
Way up there.
And our numbers were
Just like we're going for a climb.
It was she who led us through the frozen wastes. We also remember the ravenous tribe. The life.
Even if you can cut the limit, something still stands.
Doop, doop, doop. Ooh, this guy did not want to be found, did he?
How do the cliffs and fancy colors spread across them? Why can't Sakura just leave things alone?
How to climb higher. Aha.
The Oseram, with their ridiculous ideas about women. How many great warriors have they ignored?
Up we go.
What does the Outlander want?
I'm looking for Skuli.
You found her. Come, come. Let's get it over with.
Jesus, I'm not even there yet, and you're already ready to get rid of me. Go up. We can do it. There it is. No, no, no. We're not climbing up further yet.
Quite a view you've got up here.
It's a useful perspective. How fleeting we are when the world is so wide. From up here, you can see how the light paints across the land. Ever changing. That's a lesson. All our marks will pass.
That outlook sounds a little depressing for a painter.
Haven't met many artists, have you? Song's Edge needs new stories. I scrubbed its past off this rock to start anew, but a new start needs new colors. Fresh pigments, like none have seen.
Well, you're in luck.
Ray said you two were friends.
I paint about what I feel now, not the way things used to be. Araya understood. Most Banuk didn't. I would have been exiled if she hadn't had Aratak take me into their Werak.
Oh yeah, she said to go find her, and then I would be recognized. Well, I found her, and she gonna get all her paintings.
Have you always been a painter?
I've always painted. But I wasn't a painter until I was driven out of Banur. Up there, the markings are eternal. They paint over the same lines, the same colors, over and over. As a child, I learned from copying them. As I grew, my heart sank at the familiarity. All of us Banuk might as well be trapped in glacier ice. We have the look of life, but never really moving.
These pigments you want. Where should I look for them?
Salts gather at the edges of geysers and hot pools. Crystals cling to the rocks and cliffs.
I thought there was going to be more to that explanation.
The Banuk rock paintings are impressive, but,
You want to know what they mean. That's not the right question, but I'll answer anyway. Some are called to the machines. The sacred shapes you see on metal casings, or on a cauldron door.
Do the machines listen to the call?
I don't know. Others, like mine, are a call to the tribe. You could say inspiration or prophecy. And sometimes even men listen, if the painting is loud enough.
Rude. Well, here's all your shit. All at once. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Would you look at that? Nora girl, you've bought me all I need. Do you always travel with your pockets full of paint stuffs?
Honestly, Sakuli, I go around filling my pockets with most of everything.
Stop, stop. I'm beginning to like you. I work alone, but come back around later, and I'll have something for you then.
That's me.
Maybe it's a machine rider who
fast.
looks like you.
Where's she going?
You tell me. To ruins or mountains, through flood or thaw, past, future, destiny. But I don't think she's scared of any of it. You helped me. Inspired me. And the people of the Cut. Let this be inspiration for you, wherever you may run.
Once the Werak gets a glimpse at Sakuli's mural, word will get around about how I helped her. But they must have heard of me by now. Nothing to stop me from calling Aratak out.
Jesus. Well, I gotta know what's further up. Or is there anything further up? I'm thinking no. I'm thinking they just put this ledge here to confuse me. How dare. Neat though. Let's go look at our painting.
You climbed the frozen tallneck? Seems like a good way to get yourself killed.
Alright.
We've never faced anything like the machines that guard them.
Jump and spin.
We remember Bankai, when the old ones were fresh in their graves and our numbers were still small.
We should actually see what we got from that. Treasure boxes. Collectible pigment reward box. 1, 2, and 3. Get some blue gleam. Ooh, a really good weapon coil. That's exciting. Alright, modifications. Crafting. Hell yeah, spear damage is about to jump. That's exciting. My spear damage is now 53. Worth it just for that spear damage, yep.
It was she who led us through the frozen wastes. We also remember the ravenous tribe, who delighted in sucking the marrow from our broken bones. Everywhere Banu Kai and her Werak fled, the ravenous tribe were never far behind. Seeking a way to defeat them, Banu Kai went into the wastes and let the wind whip her cheeks. And when the cold brought sleep, she dreamt of light. She saw it behind the world, a great calming sheet of icy blue. And she saw something new. Herds of machines, each filled with the same blue light. When she woke, she knew which star to follow. She walked for many days and nights until she arrived at a temple built from sparkling ice. At the gates of the temple, she was met by the machines from her dream, who bowed to her as she entered. Inside, Banu Kai discovered the blue light bubbling from a hole in the snowy earth like a spring. You bid me come, she said. My people need aid. Will you provide it? The machines whispered to Banu Kai. We go where the light goes, for we are its chosen vessels. There is darkness in your heart. It cannot hold the light for long. Carry it to your people if you must, but the cost will be great. Banu Kai waded into the pool. The light reared like a nest of snakes and struck Banu Kai, piercing her skin, filling her up. Banu Kai did not scream. though she was in agony. Banukai did not collapse, though her limbs shook. She climbed from the pool and carried the light inside her. She marched toward home, and the machines marched behind her. As she walked, the light struggled to push its way out of her, but the machines were there to aid her. She sewed her body shut with their cables, patched herself with their metal, and kept the light within. When she arrived, the forces of the ravenous tribe had surrounded the camp. Although the light had left her with 1,000 wounds, Banukai charged. And because she held the light, the machines followed. The ravenous tribe killed many, but those in camp rushed to join the battle. They gathered pieces of the fallen machines and from them fashioned weapons. And it was with these that Banukai's people repaid the suffering the ravenous tribe had wrought upon them. When quiet descended, Banukai finally fell. The machines bowed their heads, and her Werak wept. The light she'd held within her drifted from her wounds and rose to the sky. And for just a moment, before life left her, Banukai knew the truth of the blue light. And she felt peace. We remember Banukai, the first to crawl from the cave beneath the world, who brought the machines to us. When we speak the name of our tribe, we remember her. And we will not forget.
Well, that was exciting.
The song has kept me company in your absence.
We remember Banukai,
What's this chair
when
is
the
from
old
Miller?
ones were fresh in their graves and our numbers were still small. It was she who led us through the frozen wastes. We also remember the ravenous tribe, who delighted in sucking the marrow from our broken bones. Everywhere Banukai and her Werak fled, the ravenous tribe were never far behind. Seeking a way to defeat them, Banukai went into the wastes and let the wind whip her cheeks. And when the cold brought
Have
sleep,
you seen the
she
cliff
dreamt
face
of
overlooking
light.
Song's Edge?
She saw it behind the world, a great calming sheet of icy blue. And she saw something new.
Coolly painted the
Herds of
Outlander girl onto the
machines, each
cliffside.
filled with the same
Nice.
blue light.
Alright,
When she
we've got it.
woke, she
I wanted to hear the
knew
whole
which
So the nuke might find this blue gleam stuff valuable.
Well, let's challenge the village chieftain.
My people have been telling tales of your accomplishments. Seems you have taken a special interest in our stretch of snow, Outlander.
Yes. And apparently this is the only way I'll get to see all of it.
Is this a challenge?
For the Werak.
You? This must be a joke.
It is not a joke, Aratak.
Now I see. The Outlander's your pawn. And with you backing her claim, I have no choice but to accept. I expected better of you, sister.
It was you who forbid me from Thunder's drum, brother.
Brother and sister? This is a little more complicated than I thought.
No, it's simple. You will meet me at the Frost Figures, and I'll put a quick end to this mockery.
Oh, this would be interesting.
I suppose I owe you an explanation.
Yeah. I suppose you do. So why didn't you tell me that you and Aratak are siblings?
I thought I wouldn't have to. I'm surprised Aratak brought it up in front of a stranger. He must be very angry. I'm not always the best judge of
people.
I prefer the company of spirits. They're simply my own. I didn't want you to think of our pilgrimage as some sort of family squabble. It's much more important than that.
It's bold, I'll give you that. Going after your own brother?
He gave me no choice. He thinks I'm a child to be shoved to the back of the hunt. He would forbid me from my destiny. And yet, part of me did it knowing he would forgive me, eventually. He always does.
Family drama aside, what's this challenge meant to be anyway?
You and Aratak will hunt machines at the Frost figures. The victor will be the fastest.
That's what I was worried about.
It won't be easy.
Nothing about this has been so far.
When you meet us at the starting point, I'll tell you more. It will be simpler to explain from the base of the hills.
I really don't want to do this. Speed is not how I play on ultra hard.
Araya, it's not about who's related to who. I want to know what's inside Thunder's drum. The spirit, the daemon, and how it all connects to the machines. But if we're gonna go through with this, I need you to be straight with me.
I underestimated you. And Aratak. I won't make that mistake again.
See you at the Frost figures then. So,
whatever happens,
off
we
to risk
can't
my
let
life
the
in order to
daemons'
take
work
charge of
take
a
our
new
resolve
hunting
from
band.
us. That's
Just
not
what I
who we
always
are.
wanted.
Phineas, I know what we're gonna do today.
Frost figures, here I come.
Well, perhaps in a minute. After we go save these 3 hunters. Always do main story mission last. Always. That being said, once I get done with the DLC, I'll probably fly through the story. Because at that point, the only thing left to do is just beat the game. Seeing as I've already beat it once.
These will keep.
What am I looking for? Notebook. God, I've only completed 37% of the Frozen Wilds. I've completed more of the main story. Machine catalog. Override locked. Epsilon. I need to find that. I'm betting it's in that cloud dust. We'll get there.
Need them soon
Badger.
enough.
That's not what I was hoping to get from Badger. I need... Oh, I think I have
Something
the
tells me those are Bergren's missing hunters.
Oh boy. I see that we have a few of these left.
I don't suppose you three know an Osram and Song's edge called Bergren, do you?
Boys, that con artist sent an errand girl to collect what's owed to him.
I'm nobody's errand girl. Bergren asked me to help harvest parts. Or would you rather keep trying to sell him broken junk?
Broken junk? This pack will be on the move soon. No time to argue. If she's offering to help, we should accept it.
Fine. We're about to take down these machines. If you're so eager to help, then lead the way.
Boy, they're rude. How dare. Alright, where are the machines? I think I've done this before.
I'm wide open until I deal with that tower.
That's what I'm doing.
Need to take this thing over.
Alright, we're far enough away. Let's go switch up. Control towers have been destroyed. Gotta take on this.
Here goes!
That is so much. Hello. Okay, so let's just stay in the water for a second. This water is black. Oh my god.
Gotcha!
Scary face. There it is. Yeah. Well, try again.
tuck that away.
than us, huh? Nobody. That's who.
It's better than me, you mean? Because I did most of the work. Come on, heart. Damn it. Where did the other one die at?
Looks like we did it.
There it is. Alright, let's go chat with these guys.
I can't feel my...
Alright, Outlander. You want to talk about our deal with Bergrund? Let's talk.
That's done. You three are pretty handy in a fight.
Thanks, I guess. Not that we needed your help. We are doing just fine without you.
That's not the way Bergrund tells it. He says you tried to settle up with him using a shattered Thunderjaw heart.
What? That's an exaggeration. It was only broken in two.
Urkai, we don't have time for this. Come on, boys, back to the hunt. We still need 2 more of Bergrund's components.
What's the rush?
We want out of these lands as soon as possible. That's all you need to know.
Oh.
Why are you leaving the cut?
Well, we could go back to Banor. Let Undercut slit our throats.
By the blue light, Urkai. Why don't you just write our story in the snow for any passing hunter to read? We had a dispute with the chieftain of our old Werak. We thought someone else should have been in charge. He disagreed.
It seemed like a good time to move on, so we are traveling to the Sundom.
From here to the Sundom. It's a long trip.
Seems worth it. Sometimes survival is about knowing when to leave and where to go.
Yeah, and in this case, survival means us getting as far away as we can from Banor. We've seen enough red snow.
What's the plan once you get there? What will survival be about then?
Look, all that matters is that we get there. And to do that, we need shards. So if you'll excuse us.
So this Thunderjaw heart you brought Bergrund.
Let me ask you this, all right? Why would it matter that the heart was broken into 2 pieces? Can't you just stick it back together?
Of course you can't just stick it back together.
I just meant...
Oh, I bet that scam artist Arsarim could. He just wants to send us on another stupid errand.
Oh, he's not so bad. I like Bergrund.
Like him? Tulamak, he sent us out in the snow to nearly die under the feet of a Thunderjaw, and...
Boys, shut up! Ugh! Every time someone brings up that stupid heart.
That answered nothing.
I've got the Scorcher Claw Bergrund was asking for. That only leaves the Stalker Sinew and the Snap Maw Fang.
You should hold on to it. You're coming along to the next hunt after all, aren't you?
I suppose somebody's got to keep you 3 out of trouble.
Fine. I guess you'll have to tag along then. But don't start thinking you're one of us. The Bloody Snowdrifts aren't accepting new hunters.
Bloody Snowdrifts? That's what you want to call our Werak?
Yeah, it's not great to tie.
Oh, it's not like your names are any better. We're headed northwest, to the ruins near Hollow Hall. We'll be waiting.
Thanks for your help, Huntress.
Alright, this seems like a good stopping point. 2 hours and 30 minutes in. On the next episode, I'll become Chieftain. That'll be fun. Doing me a save, doing me a save. Done did a save, done did a save. Alright. That would be that. I just gotta remember how to quit the broadcast. Till next